if you would give us your thoughts on the game, and then we'll go around for questions.
Well, obviously, when you're playing the number one team in the country, you can't be minus 10 in threes made. So they made a ton of threes on us, and I just thought that we didn't do a very good job of transitioning out of our half court traps, and we press a lot of half courts so we can be able to get those corners covered, so we wouldn't have so far the run. But they just did a very good job of transitioning out of our press and flattening us out and getting those corner threes. So we just got to get back and get our defense set. But obviously, you're playing number one team in the country on their home floor, and you're minus 10 in threes and you lose by 13. That should be a 30-point loss. So just got to give Louisville a lot of credit, and we got to do a better job of making shots.
Thank you very much. We'll go around the room now for questions, and we'll start with Roshan Fernandez from the Daily Orange.
Hi, Coach. So I want to ask, at the end of the Louisville game, both Kiki and Digna kind of talked about the momentum at the end of the UNC game, my bad. Both Digna and Kiki talked about the momentum that win kind of would carry into this Louisville game. How do you think that momentum played a factor? Was it a factor in the beginning? Not at all. I guess what would you say about that?
No, I don't think so. I mean, these are two different opponents in two different games. I think it's about just playing clean basketball. I know we've been playing well the last couple of games. Back, and obviously going into this game, you're playing against a team that's really good shooters. They're shooting 40% behind the arc. You can't give them open looks. So we gotta give them a lot of credit for just making open shots, and our team tried hard, and we were trying to spread through our rotations. We kind of shrunk the floor on them, and for a while we were in good shape, but they just did a good job of making 2 runs that we didn't fully ask for.
Thanks, Coach. Next we'll go to Mark Larson from Spectrum News.
Hey, Q. It's another shot at number one, and it seemed like for a long time in this game, this was maybe your best chance to pull one of these out. I guess how disappointing is it? You did everything right except make threes, I guess. How disappointing are you? Well,
it's tough. You have opportunity to play number one, and you want to try to take advantage of the opportunity and the lifetime of the opportunity. That's what we talked about, and it was that 40 minutes, and we let that opportunity get away. But we got them again on Valentine's Day at home, so we're looking forward to seeing them again.
Thanks, Coach. Next, we'll go to Patrick Gunn from 247 Sports.
Hey, Coach. So Tiana Monakai had a great game passing the ball with the 11 assists and no turn. I think it's the first time this season she hasn't made a turnover, but she only scored 4 points. Seems like she passed up some easy looks from jumpers and from three. So what do you think about her performance today?
Well, you gotta give her a lot of credit for not turning the ball over. That's a very clean game for a point guard to have 11 assists and no turnovers. So that's a clean game for her. Obviously, she had some opportunities to shoot the ball when they went under screens, but she did a good job of taking care of the ball. So we talked about not having live ball turnovers, and we didn't have a lot of those. So it is what it is. At some point, you gotta trust your players on the court to make decisions and do things that they're comfortable with.
Thanks, Coach. Next, we'll go to James Corrigan from Citrus TV.
Hey, Coach. Emily had a tremendous game off the bench with 16 points. It seems like every time she goes in the game, almost the pace of your team, the steadiness of your offense, it just expounds. What can you say about her presence on the court?
You just said it. She's an amazing player, and if she can play 3 positions for us, and that's why we bring her off the bench. She's a hybrid player that can play 3 positions. Obviously, when she's playing 30-some odd minutes a game, she played 30 minutes tonight, and that's about what she can handle physically. So she's doing a good job with her minutes. You got to give her a lot of credit just for being the kind of player she is, a very versatile player.
Thanks, Q. Next, we'll go to Mike Curtis from Syracuse.com.
Hey, Coach Q. Whenever you typically play a number one team in the country, you can really use that game as a barometer to see where your team is at. what did you learn about your team tonight, and how far do you have to go until you become the team that you want to be?
But we gotta make shots. You know, you can't shoot 15% behind the arc and shoot 54% from the free throw line and 30%, 39% from the field and be the number one team in the country. But obviously, to shoot that way and then lose by 13 points, I guess it was. I mean, that was a tremendous outing by our team. Just stay in striking distance and not scoring the ball at the rate that we know that we can. And obviously, we held them down to 67 points, and they know we scored in the 90s. So, you know, we just got to just make shots. If we make shots, we can get our defense set. We can play more settled. We played unsettled a lot in this game, and that really hurt us.
Yeah, we have a couple more questions. This one's from Patrick Gunn from 247 Sports.
Yeah, so Dana Evans, you did a pretty good job last season of defending her. I think she shot just 7 for 33 last year, and you got to a great start, but then she started to get it going in the second half. What were you planning to do defensively, and how did she kind of just beat you guys today?
Well, she did a good job of turning the corner and playing in the mid range. I thought we did a solid job of running her off the 3-point line, and she made a lot of elbow jump shots. She made a lot of stuff in the mid range, and if you're telling me that Dana Evans is going to shoot, 11 shots inside the arc, I feel good about that every time we play her. But she's a very good player, and she took advantage of what we gave her. We sent her downhill to Camilla and to our bigs, and she did a very good job of pulling up early and making shots.
Thanks, Coach. We'll take our last question tonight from Roshan Fernandez from the Daily Orange.
Hey, Coach. You kind of touched on the fact that you guys were able to hang in there for 3.5 quarters with the best team in the nation. I guess what kind of changed in that final frame, or what went wrong?
Well, I thought that we didn't transition well out of our half court traps, and they were getting some wide open corner threes. We didn't get our defense set on the back end, and late in the game we went under on a couple ball screen on their shooters, and that really hurt us. But at the end of the day, I mean, it comes down to making shots. You can't shoot 15% behind the arc and expect to be the number one team in the country. So we gotta be able to make some shots and play against settled situations and get our defense set. And I thought there was a difference in the game.
Coach, thanks very much for your time tonight. Have a safe trip back to Syracuse, and I know you have a quick turnaround to Clemson. So thanks for spending some time tonight.
Great, thank you guys.
Okay.